Welcome back to Chasing the Target. 1-1 is the series like right now at Vizag में जबरदस्त performance India के तरफ से जवाब दिए baseball को after the first test in Hyderabad. Ashwin coming up with 3 wickets in the second session along with Bumrah. Bumrah picking the key wicket of Ben Fuchs was looking a little dangerous with Tom Hartley. थोड़ा बहुत एक partnership formulate हो रहा था. They were getting a little closer. 106 runs की difference से जीते, but I think I'd still give a little credit to England, Mustafa, for the way they played.
I mean, I agree with you 100% because agar aap dekho, this is the second highest score in a fourth innings match from a visiting team against India. So वो एक चीज है. I know moral victories, they don't really mean much, but for this England team, they're always looking in the positive direction. And I think थोड़ा सा अगर batting अच्छा कर लिया था पहला inning में, and if they got decisions right their way, with the ball as well, I think they could have done better in this test match. Of course, India also got the best conditions to bat in pehle 2 din, but toss is part of the game. I think you can't do much about that. But despite that, I think they bowled well. Batting pehle inning mein thoda sa agar better kare to they could have done a bit well. And like I said, the DRS, these slight things, it's part of the game. Maybe next game it'll come in their favor. But if you're India, you're very relieved. And ये अच्छी सीरीज है. अब आप देख लो आज भी 106 runs, but we all thinking भाई कर सकते हैं नहीं कर सकते. There was a time you said Folks और उन लोग बैटिंग कर रहे थे. Aksar was getting hit a bit. There was times in this test match where we thought England can still win this, and that just shows कि it's going to be a competitive series. But well done to India. I think it's a big win in terms of confidence. It's a big win in terms of the series. Also 1-1 हो गया, and now we'll eagerly anticipating the third test match.
100%. A little bit just के भाई England की batting को अगर अपन देखें, Crawley has been fantastic through the first test, and now also the way he was building up, I thought 100 were on the cards for him. But again, credit Kuldeep bhai and the way they took the DRS. थोड़ा बहुत argument हुआ वहाँ पे कि नहीं, it might be spinning away, but they just took a gamble and managed to get it right. But apart from that, like best जो रूट का तो मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा. I know he's a part of this like incredible history जो है उसकी इंडिया में stuff like, but he's not living up to that tag. He doesn't look very threatening. Yes, he came and hit 2 boundaries and 6, but वही है कि भाई the Joe Root that we know, he usually struggles it out, grinds it out, gets a result. Even if I think England, I don't know, that's probably just me being conventional कि भाई they could have probably आराम से और बैटिंग करके take it till the 5th day maybe, but I know that the track was against them the way they got out, but I just know middle order बहुत तभी खराब दिख रही for England.
But I think जो fourth innings में बैटिंग करे उन लोग, I think fourth innings में जो बैटिंग करे, it was probably more than I expected, because अगर आप देखो the pitch is wearing down a bit. It was still good to bat on, but it was wearing down a bit. Fourth innings pressure of the scoreboard and everything, and they still managed to score some runs, play their shots and everything. I wouldn't say they were and I would rather prefer that than going into a shell, because मेरे हिसाब से अगर आप ये सिचुएशन में डे 5 तक लेके जाएंगे, आप कहीं नहीं जाएंगे मैच में, because you're going to be very defensive and you won't be able to think. But yes, in terms of shot selection, in terms of particular Joe Root, it's about trying to extend your stay at the crease, minimizing the mistakes. I think he's making a few mistakes, and from both teams, आप रोहित शर्मा को भी देख लो, there's pressure on him in terms of runs. Also, there was pressure on Shubman Gill. There's definitely pressure on Shreyas Iyer. I think both teams' batsmen are making mistakes, but you have to credit the bowlers also, and the batsmen need to improve. And कि भाई ऐसा situation में ये shot मत खेलो, ये shot खेलो, they'll have to look at that.
Yeah, a couple of good fielding moments from India. जब रोहित शर्मा का जो catch था, instinct like that was very minimal time for him to react and catch करके बस he had to hold on to it and it stuck luckily to his hand. And then Shreyas Iyer, the match turning, I think, run out. बेन स्टोक्स talking about being in a shell. मेरे को थोड़ा बेन स्टोक्स भी जिस तरीके से खेल रहा, it's not the Ben Stokes that we know. I know थोड़ा पिच उसके लिए नया होगा या it's a bit tricky इंडिया में travel करना, maybe not used to these conditions, but the Ben Stokes that we know, he comes and looks to get runs, and this Ben Stokes doesn't look like that. He looks like he's trying to understand the pitch first, or he's trying to get maybe tire out the bowlers. I don't know what it is, but the minute the tail comes in, usually is when he's reacting, but it's not something that we see him usually do against Australia. Also on those pitches, he was just smacking whoever's coming, no matter what. Here, I know he's not getting the shot away at times, but he just looks like he's going more defensive than
I
rather.
think also, I mean, I don't mind him playing, using a few deliveries and then going after it because he can catch up with any run rate. Magar, I
Yeah,
think the problem with him here is he's batting too low down the order. I would like to see him at 5 or even 4. Just push him up and, bat with instead at a time when there's pressure. Instead, like bat when there is lesser pressure, there is more wickets in hand. Jab aake aap batting karo, then you might see him play a bit more freely. I think the situation is causing him to play like that. And look, this is same Ben Stokes, jo वहां पे लीड्स में he was 2 of 60 in
yeah.
2019 and he went on to score like unbeaten 150 odd
I
and
think it's
like
very fair point to what you said. I think he just need a little bit more deliveries to consume. I mean, still he's getting enough deliveries to consume, but by the
it's
time he's able to
exactly
settle down, it's like he's with the tail, right? And then he has no option but to go for it. Maybe where, I mean, you have to probably lower down Johnny Bairstow for him. Maybe if that's the only option that I guess. Ollie Pope again number 3. Joe Root is playing number 4. I don't expect him to come lower than that. Ben Stokes should probably come somewhere Bairstow के बाद or Bairstow से पहले rather. Maybe that'll make it. But a fantastic catch, जो भारत का catch लिया उन्हें running back. We've seen him do it before as well, but the control that he had on his run, the judgment of the jump, their fielding has been very good for India and England in the series. I mean, Akshar Patel got the eyes from Rohit Sharma garden में घूम रहा था एक कुलदीप के over में जो boundary let go करा. Oh my God, फटके चिंदियां हो गई थी अक्षर की. Like he just kept quiet and he looked down.
yeah.
But I mean, yes, like you predicted, India won by. But again, 100 runs is a good difference from what they started off with. 205 in the first session was the loss of 6 wickets. If they just managed to keep Crawley and probably Bairstow till after lunch, it would have probably been more interesting, I think.
Yeah, I mean they could have got closer. England, of course, 100%. मगर वही है कि I think जो पहले इनिंग का डेफिसिट बहुत ज्यादा हो गया था. Like either they should have restricted India a bit more, or they should have scored more runs. And the second innings बहुत ज्यादा pressure आ गया, and that's where they lost the game. I think यहाँ पे England अगर आप देखें, even though last time around they also lost the first 2 innings and then they came back. Here it's very difficult to repeat that. हर बार आप आके 400 मारते रहे out of the blue, आप आके when you're down and out coming and win the game.
Yeah.
So they'll have to look at those things, but I think more today you'll have to look at India's positives. Again, this fine margin. Shubman Gill, jo hai, bhai, he could have been out packing for 4 twice,
Yep.
and we would have been asking for him to be dropped in the next game when Virat Kohli coming in. So like now he's kind of cemented his position with that, and I think the way he batted from 40 onwards, बहुत अच्छा batting
Yeah.
करा उन्हें, and he showed why he's a talented player. So that is a big positive. And Jasprit Bumrah, this guy is incredible, man. In India, he doesn't play that many test matches. Up you can count on your fingers how many test matches he's played in India. Normally it's Siraj, Umesh Yadav and stuff, but now it's a big series. You need your big player there, and I think the way he bowled both innings, he changed the game. आज भी उन्हें जो आके partnership break करा, Fox का भी wicket लिया था, बहुत crucial था वो. And in the first innings, his spell, when England got off to a very good start, he came and picked up wickets and bowled absolute daggers, man. तो
Yeah.
मेरे हिसाब से Jasprit Bumrah was man of the match, rightly so. And
बिल्कुल. He can change the game in any pitch, yeah. That's what I love about this guy. कि उन्हें हर pitch पे performance दे सकता. Let it be as flat as you want, as moving as you want, as bouncy as you want. इसको knack है हर situation में डालने का, and he knows what his go-to balls are. Like he knows Yorker कैसा डालना. वो Yorker जो Pope को first innings में डाला England के, incredible ball था. Like कोई आदमी दुनिया में नहीं खेल सकता था. I think वो ball जिस तरीके से उन्हें जिधर land करा वो ball, it was unplayable. And then getting movement in situation where you don't expect it to get.
yeah.
He's
Now you were talking about me and you were both talking about the England batting. Now, if you're Ollie Pope or Ben Stokes in the first innings, what do you do with that delivery? There's nothing you
you
can
can't
do.
do
Like,
anything with delivery.
क्या
Yeah,
कर
you can't.
सकते हैं आप? Like Stokes was on 47. He was set. It's not like you can say like अरे time लेना था बोले. He was set and he was scoring runs. He himself didn't know what the hell happened. Ollie Pope, that ball is just the way it drifted in. It was immense, man. So there's certain deliveries like that's where you have to just give credit to Bumrah in
Yeah.
India. you outplayed them in that situation.
I mean, in a rank turner kind of an environment, you're managing to pick up 9 wickets in the whole game. That alone shows like अरे भाई इन्हें अलग level का है. England के लिए वही था यार. Ben Stokes और Hartley की partnership was eagerly watching because it was fun to watch. Like you saw pressure building on Rohit Sharma. They were stressed out. 270 तक पहुंच गए भाई. ये क्या हो रहा है? Like कैसा की light लेके ना घुस रहे and then like obviously then the cotton ball from Bumrah came out and it was just such a soft dismissal or upsetting. Like I mean I would love India to win but I was like from a viewership standpoint आप देखो अरे यार इतना हल्का आउट हो गया थोड़ा और लंबा चलना था. I know ultimately India probably would have won it but if it would have gone like 320 with Hartley and folks still grinding it out it would have been fun to watch. But एकदम से हो गया वो.
and क्या बोलते so I don't know अगर वो जो फोक्स का बॉल था स्लोअर बॉल था क्या था वो भी like he
एकदम आया उसके पास से.
yeah he deceived him and yeah वो ये अगर आप देखें from England's point of view you one thing is for sure they're putting India under pressure. आप जैसा बोले आज भी थोड़ा रोहित शर्मा was under pressure and the reason is that when they're down and out they're fighting back, they're clawing back. When India's on top they don't have full control because England are coming back, they're doing something whether it's with the batting or with the bowling and they're staying in the game and that's when the pressure builds, especially if you're the home side and you're in control of the game but then you start slipping away. When it starts slipping away pressure ज़्यादा build होता. अगर ये जो total tha, if it was less than 100 runs and you had the same partnership going, Fox and Hartley, it would have been a completely different ball game, right? And that is where England have troubled India in this series so far. कि भाई जब आप game में नहीं है वापस आ रहे हैं, you're not giving India 100% control. Karthik bhai is sad and upset. I don't know why.
Why is he sad and upset? Because he wanted England to win, or the fact that like we drew and he's happy, emotional tear. No, short lives तो मेरे को मैं पढ़ रहा था उसका. We just have to change the template to 9/16 and we'll probably get to that very soon. I was just going through that.
Maybe that's why he's sad and upset.
I think he's sad and upset because match हो गया yeah the fact that emotional tears उनके के खुशी के आंसू. But again, what changes would you recommend for India going into the third test? I mean अभी तो नई टीम आएंगी but do you think Shreyas Iyer will stay?
No, I think Virat Kohli will come in. I don't know Virat Kohli का क्या scene है. Right, अगर उन्हें if he's available then he'll come in. Then he'll come in probably for Shreyas Iyer or Patidar, probably Patidar. Even though I think that is the change they'll make. That is unlucky on that guy. I wouldn't recommend that, but I think they'll go Virat Kohli for Patidar, and then I think they need to bring Siraj back, or they need to get another fast bowler for Mukesh.
Mukesh is not the answer, bro. Mukesh is not the answer.
It's not working. अब सिराज का हो गया एक अब ब्रेक होना था उसको. I don't मेरे को अभी तक रीजन नहीं मालूम. आपको मालूम तो आप बोल सकते हैं.
Someone was telling us right, it was due to a function. I think it was Ibrahim bhai who said that function के वजह से था. But अपने को मालूम नहीं कि ये बच्चे एकदम खेलते खेलते कैसा निकल जा रहा है. और मतलब समझ के बाद ईशान किशन का तो चलो ठीक है. वो थोड़ा बहुत आपको आइडिया है कि भाई क्या सीन है. He went and he took a photo.
Whatever. भाई इब्राहिम भाई बोल रहे हैं, कार्तिक भाई बोल रहे हैं, आप मगर हमारे को like कहीं confirmed information तो आ रहा नहीं कि क्या situation है, क्या problem है सिराज का. तो until that is the problem, until that is solved, I think we need to find another fast bowler who can come in, whether that's bringing Umesh Yadav back or just backing another bowler.
But also like what you said yesterday, we need to also think of the fact that Bumrah needs a rest. अब वो कहाँ से निकालेंगे? Unless they're two up and then the fifth test he might not play, but I don't know. Let's see what that is. कल का सवाल का जवाब क्या था? सवाल I am immortal बोल के कुछ लिखे थे, उसके बाद आप कुछ नहीं लिखे थे. सवाल आप फ्रेम करके मेरे को भेजो, फिर हम लोग जवाब देंगे उसका. You were saying?
Yeah, from the faster bowlers, who are there now in the domestic circuit who can play? I mean, Prasidh Krishna, I don't know if he's...
नहीं यार, Prasidh Krishna का मुंह फुट गया था South Africa में. I don't think... I think Siraj will come back. I have a feeling Siraj should come back. Who else is there? Arshdeep will be there, left armour. If you want a left armour, you have Umran Malik, who's there. If you want a very, very fast bowler. Unadkat won't play. I don't think Unadkat will be. He's too slow and... A lot of people were saying Pujara ko वापस
लाओ. We don't have Umesh Yadav. One thing is this guy I used to make fun of him every single time. But one thing is Indian conditions में he would know how to get wickets. He would get.
I think Karthik said that yesterday. He was saying Karthik Ibrahim, one of these two guys said Umesh Yadav को वापस ला लो बोल के.
वही आप उतना दूर नहीं जा सकते आप, लेकिन at least वो type of bowler जो था ठीक है उन्हें पिट जाता था हर जगह, लेकिन Indian conditions में at home you could bank on him. He was the reason Bumrah could rest in the home season because he would pick up wickets. He would whether it's the red
Yeah.
ball, pink ball,
Yeah.
under lights in the day, he would get the ball to reverse. He would, he had that pace to trouble. Ishan Sharma is another one. We need some options like that. How long are you going to bank on Siraj, Shami, and think one guy is injured, the other guy is attending a function, and you're only
Where is
relying on
Shami? But like Shami also is गायब. Like he was having
injured.
not cleared fit. Yeah, he was not cleared fit. But अभी रोज उनके Instagram पे बैटिंग प्रैक्टिस देख रहा हूँ मैं
He's in,
वीडियोस.
he was in Dubai also. He went to England. I think वहाँ पे
Yeah.
इंग्लैंड में कुछ इंजरी चल रहा था.
Wow,
He
what about Harit Jare खाली उन्होंने? But Ibrahim, I think the series has got more inspiring. I expect India to make. अच्छा, only I thought he said I know. It's okay. We still are expecting for Kohli and Siraj to be back. We're all looking at it, and Umesh Yadav performing well for Vidarbha. In the tournament. Siraj will be back. Again, you can't guarantee that because you don't know the reason unless it actually is a function thing. Then okay, fine. But if it's
no,
not the
look,
function thing and
yeah,
you drop saying के भाई because जो headline था it was saying that Siraj has been dropped for the second test and has been something else from the series for the whole series बोल के आया on BCCI के page पे, so that is what I'm concerned about.
यही
Siraj.
तो प्रॉब्लम है भाई. मैं आपको एक महीने से प्रॉब्लम यही बोल रहा हूँ कि क्लैरिफिकेशन ही नहीं है. द ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ प्लेयर्स इज नॉट करेक्ट. व्हाटएवर द प्लेयर्स डू दे नॉट they're not handling it in the right way. And at the end of the day, India को ही नुकसान हो रहा है, right? आप ही देख लो, like we say that we have so much talent, this and that, but if you're going to ill treat players or you're not going to give us specific reasons, then everything is going to be confused. I'm not like, this situation is not that big of a deal because we don't know what the problem is. But but at least we should have clarification. Acha, theek hai, he attended a function. Okay, theek hai, he's injured. Shami, I know he's injured. We know that he's injured. He went for surgery. He went to England. He went to Dubai as well, like for a break, whatever. But I know that he's injured. He also has a injury that he sustained during the World Cup, and he was playing through the injury. Theek hai, that's fine. But what about Siraj? Why don't you tell us कि भाई he's also injured or he did this, he did that? Like आप break पे भिजा दे रहे, फिर आप player पे डाल दे रहे कि उन्हें पार्टी कर रहा है, उन्हें function में जा रहा है, नहीं यहाँ जा रहा है. Like आप बोल दो भाई क्या है.
वही बोल रहे. I think Times of India में तो ये है कि he will be available for selection. So let's see what happens. Siraj was rested for this test. If he needed, he will be selected. Kishan, BCCI said Kishan needs to start playing domestic cricket before he. I mean, then you should put that criteria on every person in this room right now. Like that's
Where
the
is
most.
Siraj? So when the statement that I saw wasn't Siraj was rested. He said they said he was released. I
Yeah,
don't know.
released for the second test for the duration of the series. क्या complicated statement था वो
That
released.
is the statement I saw. Ab you saw a different statement, Ibrahim bhai.
Yeah.
Fez saw a different statement. वही तो problem है. Like there's not clear communication. And Ishan Kishan needs to go into domestic cricket. This that. Like वही तो problem है भाई. पहले आप बोले कोई issue नहीं है. Then अभी फैज भी बोल रहे हैं मेरे को, दूसरे लोग भी बोल रहे हैं डिसिप्लिन इशू है. पर आप क्यों आके बोल रहे कि डिसिप्लिन इशू नहीं है? दैट्स द थिंग. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट. I completely 100% agree with Fez that the player is also at fault. I agree with that, but that's not how you handle the situation if you are the BCCI.
I think they're not more vocal like in football में मुंह पे बोल लेते थे को जो है सो है बात. You see अभी ये जो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के प्लेयरों के साथ हो रहा है, I mean that's what we'll expect कि इतना क्लियर कम्युनिकेशन रहना as
नहीं,
fans
प्रॉब्लम
as
क्या मैं
viewers.
आपको बताता हूँ.
But क्या होता है इसमें बोर्ड बुरा दिख के आती कि भाई तुम समझा ले नहीं सकते बोल के, वैसा they look at
अच्छा,
it like that.
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आप कहीं और कुछ बोल रहे हैं, यहाँ पे कुछ बोल रहे हैं. आप हमारे को क्या बोले डिसिप्लिन इशू नहीं है, मगर आपको क्या खबर है कि डिसिप्लिन इशू है? दैट मींस कि देयर इज नॉट इट्स नॉट अ क्लियर थिंग. you're not telling, so you're playing double ढोलकी for your convenience. So it doesn't work like that. You need to give the, if he's done a mistake, say he's done a mistake. If he hasn't done a mistake, then don't banish him and say he has to play domestic, this that and everything. Then he hasn't done a mistake.
बिल्कुल है. वही है कि भाई क्लैरिटी के अलावा भी आई मीन अगर चलो ठीक है एज अ बोर्ड आई अंडरस्टैंड कि यू विल नॉट स्टूप योर ईगो डाउन फॉर एनी प्लेयर. You will make these vague statements, but again from the backdrop you don't come and say कि he has to play Ranji because भाई कौन रांची खेला यहाँ पे? श्रेयस अय्यर उतना रांची नहीं खेला, उन्हें उतना सिराज तो खेला कर अच्छा खासा. But other people in this team right now, they've barely played like Ranji, anyone, and their criteria have been through IPL. There have been other ways that they've been selected, not based on. अब जो बच्चे actually Ranji खेल रहे पाटीदार and सरफराज उन्हों को लाइट ले ले रहे, तो that doesn't make sense at all. तो punishment भी एक जरा वैसा रहना कि भाई, and you know at the end of the day 6 महीने से आप खेल रहे यार, थोड़ा ब्रेक ले लिया तो क्या ही होता. बट चलो मे बी नॉट इन द वे ही हैड मेंशन्ड टू द बीसीसीआई कि मैं ये करने जा रहा हूँ and कुछ और कर दिया होगा. Like that must have been the issue, and that's why they're probably frustrated. But there's better ways you could handle it. मुस्तफा भाई, क्या आप डैनी डैनियल्स से प्यार करते हो? डैनी डैनियल्स है कौन भाई? टेक अपडेट is giving some naughty names in the chat. Karthik Bhai says, I want two players to be Chin Mukesh and KL Bharat, make Ishan one Ranji match and bring Siraj or Umesh in player. But again, for that one match also, you still need KL Bharat in the squad. KL Rahul भी नहीं है खेलने के लिए, and the other keeper कौन है? Dhruv Jurel I don't think will get a start unless they. Will you take a risk on 1-1 to bring in a new keeper?
I would take it, yeah.
We could. I mean, it's not like not that hard, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on the New Zealand South Africa looking like New Zealand will win? Yeah, man, Noonan 240 Rachin Ravindra on his like for, I think his maiden सेंचुरी के बाद एकदम 200 नंगा मार दे रहा बच्चों को यार क्या कर सकते हैं लाइक
Embarrassing,
इट्स
it's
सैड या
embarrassing.
इट्स लाइक सैड टू सी एंड इट्स लाइक करियर के स्टार्ट में ऐसे चीज़ा मिल रहे हैं उन लोगों को तो
But
इट्स
you can't blame again. You can't blame New Zealand. You have to play
yeah
what
you
is
have a
given.
WTC cycle right yeah you have
Yeah,
to
you have to play what's given to you. They're performing, they're playing really well. Easily, sometimes you can take teams lightly like that and lose games. So they're doing their job. They're playing excellent cricket. Rachin Ravindra, outstanding innings. You have to beat what's in front of you, and they're focused on that task. So I'm like, if I'm looking at it from that point of view, I think I'm gonna give credit to New Zealand, even though I'm bowling by Z team and D team, जो भी है. लेकिन you have to have the motivation to come out there and win the game, and that's what they're doing. There's nothing wrong in what they're doing, basically.
Yeah. मेरे को नॉटी बोल रहे ना पूरे लाइक डैनी डैनियल्स के नाम पे से मैं हंसा तो ना समझ में घुमा लाइक एक्चुअली अंदाजा लगा लिया मैं कि क्या चीज होंगी वो बोल के हमारे वो उसके बाद जो नाम लिए कार्तिक भाई आई थिंक उससे फिक्र कर लिया मैं कहाँ जा रहा था ये डायरेक्शन बट उन्होंने भी अंडरटेकर निकले जो आप बोल रहे पूनम पांडे शी आल्सो मैन रोज फ्रॉम द डेड
That was stupid, man. Why would someone do something like that?
बिकॉज़ अपेरेंटली एड कैंपेन जो नो आई थिंक वाज
Why the hell would you do an ad campaign like that?
कैंसर का कुछ था आई डोंट नो इफ यू रिमेंबर हाशा भोगले थोड़े एक साल दो साल पहले एक ऐसे
Yeah, that was stupid also.
he got
उसको kidnap कर दिया।
kidnap कर दिए थे and then oh sorry for all my people I gave you guys a heart attack बेवकूफी की हरकतें करते हैं but yeah that's how it is but I mean England के हिसाब से I still feel that batting wise they're not doing that well like they really need to up their game in the batting department
Yeah. Rohit Sharma said at the toss, Siraj not playing because team management is managing his workload. But the release didn't say that. It said something else. That's why we're confused.
the
And
statement was having three words in it which were triggering release duration of the series and yeah like rest
my question is, why are they managing his workload when
8
you
months
just got
after
the game and you needed his services? Either he was dropped first for his performance in the first test, or he had some issue like a thing. Those are the only two things. Managing workload right now. Why didn't they manage Bumrah's workload? He's more injury prone. He has a more bigger of an issue, and he's also you need him. You need to protect him more. But you're going to win the test match, right? If you're 1-0 down, there's no point managing workload. In my opinion, I'm not correct in this. It's just मेरा thought process ये है कि भाई अगर आप 1-0 down है, सिराज जो अच्छा कर चुका है Indian conditions में, and he's just won you a test match in South Africa. Yes, he's been not had the greatest of times. He's not bowling as good as Shami and Bumrah, but you should have played him in this test match and not managed his workload this time around.
Yeah, I mean एक मैच बिठाने से वर्कलोड एक्चुअली मैनेज होता है नहीं होता आई वोंट मेक सेंस राइट लाइक अगर आप कर रहे भी तो एक दो तीन गेम का स्पैन होना पड़ेगा हैदराबाद में खिलाने का मकसद वही था कि ही इज अ लोकल गाय एंड डेफिनेटली ही वांट टू प्ले इन हैदराबाद मे बी दैट्स द रीजन दैट ही सेड मैं हैदराबाद खेल के थोड़ा रेस्ट ले लेता आई डोंट नो देयर लॉट ऑफ आउटकम्स दैट यू कैन प्रेडिक्ट फ्रॉम दिस थिंग इट्स थोड़ा बहुत अनक्लियर है बट ओवरऑल अच्छा है सीरीज जिस तरीके से जारी 2-0 इंग्लैंड वुड हैव बीन फन और आर यू हैप्पी विद 1-1
Yeah, no, 1-1. I think 1-1 because 2-0 would have been very dangerous for India. फिर आप एक गलती भी कर दिए तो फिर सीरीज
फिर
खत्म
तो
हो गई।
पूरे पावर रेंजर्स वापस आ जाते थे पूरों को ला लेते थे शामी को भी इंजरी से ला लेते थे फिर
वही है 1-1 है लाइक आई थिंक इट्स इवनली पोल्ड एंड जो आप हमारे को क्रिकेट देखने को मिल रही है क्वालिटी क्रिकेट है कंपेटिटिव क्रिकेट है बोथ गेम्स इवन दो द मार्जिन थोड़ा बहुत था ये इसमें 100 रन्स बट देयर बोथ कंपीटिंग इट्स गोइंग ऑन एटलीस्ट टिल डे 4 एंड we're getting to see cricket like yesterday we didn't know exactly who's going to win. We had a big feeling that India will win लेकिन थोड़ा सा hope रहता because of the way England are playing the cricket. So I think overall अच्छा series चल रहा so far and we have potential to have some close games now to end the series. अभी और 3 games है.
Yeah, I think SAT20 में qualifier 1 भी कल है शायद ना qualifier 1 and Sunrisers are in it so वो भी खत्म पे आ रहा है SAT20 and
yeah yesterday they just won again. They beat Pretoria back, the Paarl Royals.
Royals, yeah.
But even Bavuma played yesterday. He played some nice reverse sweeps. I was watching that game. अभी आपका वो कल semifinals भी है, India versus South Africa under 19 is heating up over there. That's going to be very exciting. Then you have Thursday Pakistan Australia. We've had some really good players. Of Fez is, I think, going to post something on that,
Yeah.
but there's been some good performances so far, and it's a very exciting tournament. मेरे को तो बहुत पसंद आता under 19 World Cup, and you get to see some high quality cricket, and because it's the same age group, it is very competitive, and it's difficult to predict. It could be India Pakistan, it could be Australia South Africa, it could be India
Yeah.
Australia, it could be South Africa Pakistan. Like I would still say that India Australia final, but anything can happen. The way Obecha is bowling, one spell can change things around. South Africa, their left-handed bowler Mapaka, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's a very
Yeah.
good bowler. And then India have Pandey and Mushir Khan, who have been outstanding.
Kapil Chayat के बारे में बताया. And if you guys don't agree, then tell a match where a right-handed batsman scores in a big tournament. Agree with what? Uh, right-handed batsman in a big tournament for India or for which country are you saying? I mean,
Ricky Ponting.
Ricky Ponting, yeah. I mean, there's one right-hand batsman there. अगर इंडिया के बारे में बोल रहे तो सहवाग भी मार के अच्छा खासे runs tournament में. They are leaving India and going back to Abu Dhabi. I don't think any English player likes to be in India. They're leaving. Oh yeah, there's a big break right now. 10 days का gap है. They're going back to Abu Dhabi. Oh my god, that's weird.
No,
But
I understand. I think it's not that. It's just that because it's such a long tour, and last time around COVID and stuff, they struggled a bit mentally. I think they just want to be in a place where ki thoda khulla mahol ho, relax karo. It's not like India is a very beautiful place, but you have to understand the craze of cricket is so much. You don't have that much privacy. Wahan pe, me and Fez saw, like, even if someone like a Harry Brook comes out, people will ask for selfies. And imagine if Ben Stokes is walking
India,
around, they'll
yeah,
go crazy. And that is actually आपकी देश की तारीफ है कि you're so cricket crazy. It's just they're
yeah.
comfortable. It's a long series. It's there. Everyone has their methods and planning. It's something different. And if you ask any ex-England cricketer, they won't agree with it. They'll say, "Why the hell are you going to stay
Yeah.
over there? Grind it out. We did it. We had
I mean,
stomach."
traditionally भी वही बोलते हैं ना, you practice where you're playing, and अगर आप इंडिया में हो तो utilize करो pitch को, conditions को समझो, it will help you to prepare better for the tournament. 10 दिन में बहुत preparation हो सकती है आपकी, but the Ben Stokes is different right now. Like his methods have won one test out of the two. So I mean, I would not disagree with him if he feels के भाई, and their players are more poised. They want to make like a क्या बोलते माहौल जो रहता ना ड्रेसिंग रूम का, आई थिंक वैसा भी बन जाता,
Yeah, and thoda sa rehta, right? When you're in a big high project, like if me and Fez sometimes are in Hyderabad or something for like 1 month, and then we'll go to get away to Bombay for 2-3 days or like a week in between. Even if we have a big meeting, we'll go somewhere and we'll chill. Like you have that or you go to Dubai, whatever, if you can afford it.
नॉर्मल वो नॉर्मल सी जो हो जाती, मोनोटनी टूट जाती, जिससे आपका दिमाग थोड़ा खुल जाता है. एंड अगेन होटल रूम में, लाइक वी सीन वर्ल्ड कप में, तो भाई क्लोज क्वार्टर्स में देखे कि भाई रूम में बैठे बैठे पागल हो जाते हैं भाई. लाइक आप क्या ही करेंगे, वही 11 से 15 प्लेयरों का ग्राउंड में देखते, वही 15 प्लेयरों का बस में देखते, वही 15 प्लेयरों का होटल में देखते, वही 15 प्लेयर आप सुबह शाम देखते. सो इट्स लाइक अरे भाई कोई और बनता है तो लाइक
5-star jail है. Like I mean, हम लोग वहाँ श्रीलंका में भी देखे, like it's very comfortable, everything is stuff, but like it's just hotel ground, and फिर भी श्रीलंका में आप थोड़ा बहुत फिर ले सकते, लेकिन इंडिया में तो भाई it's very difficult if you're
सब पहचानते भाई. इट्स नॉट लाइक कोई नहीं सब कोई, लाइक इवन इफ यू से द मोस्ट अर्शिन कुलकर्णी, ऐसा बच्चे जो उन लोगों तक पहचान लेते अपने वाले, इतने क्रिकेट क्रेजी, राइट. अंडर 19 के स्पॉट को आप पहचान लेते. मुशीर खान कौन है, सरफराज, अगर आप सरफराज रोड पे दिखा तो आप उसके पीछे लगी, दे विल कम टू नो कैसा भी के. एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई थिंक वो है. बट अगेन लाइक अगर ट्रेडिशनली आप जा रहे तो ऑब्वियसली भी बेटर कि आप इंडिया में रह के प्रेप करके सीखो क्या है क्या नहीं है. बट आई मीन इट्स देयर वे ऑफ प्रिपेयरिंग एंड देयर वे ऑफ लेटिंग ऑफ स्टीम आफ्टर द सेकंड टेस्ट.
Yeah, and they've kind of validated it with making it 1-1. If this was 2-0 to Abu Dhabi, then everybody would have criticized it. वही है, उसके पॉकेट में क्या रहता है, he always has something, like he has a win or something to validate his reasoning, even though it's something off. Like आप ये associate नहीं करते भाई, एकदम से आप each series में दुबई चले आ रहे, अबू धाबी चले आ रहे, you don't really associate it with that. But he has leverage because he's won games in the last 2 years that you didn't expect him to win as captain. So उस वजह से you can't you can question it, but you can't really stop him because he has leverage.
Do you think South Africa can make a comeback in this match as a flat pitch and the 4 wickets they lost? मुश्किल है यार. I mean, they're bowling well, but again,
I know one thing, in New Zealand it gets better to bat on. even on day 5, it's amazing to bat sometimes. It's probably the best time to bat. But with this team, I'll be very surprised if they make a comeback. Like, it's always on. There's still a chance, but I would say the chances are very slim compared to if they had a full team. But again, I don't mind being wrong on this because I would like to see a competitive game. But
Yeah,
मेरे लिए मुश्किल
yeah, श्रीलंका अफगानिस्तान भी खत्म हो गया था आज. Like Afghanistan
है.
tried a big comeback. They made a huge comeback with the bat. But again, they वो करते 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 56 runs each बना सके and श्रीलंका comfortably winning the first test over there. But credit है यार, like इतना बड़ा total को overcome करके after getting out in 199 in the first innings, उसके बाद आप 200 का क्या कि mountainous पूरा ट्रेलिंग स्कोर बना के करके फिर भी आप टोटल दिए, बट या नॉट इनफ एट द एंड ऑफ द डे. बट लर्निंग कर्व यार, अफगानिस्तान इज अ टीम जहाँ पे सीखने को उनका बहुत कोशिश कर रहे हैं एंड आप देख सकते हैं प्रोग्रेस उनका इन द लास्ट 5-6 years तो बहुत ज्यादा ही अच्छा रहा उन लोगों का. एंड T20 वर्ल्ड कप में तो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट एक्साइटिंग पीपल एंड आई एम वेटिंग टू लुक एट कि भाई इन लोग कैसा प्रिपेयर करने वाले हैं.
Yeah, I mean they've improved year by year. ये last year भी 50 over जिस तरीके से उन लोग खेले cricket, they had a chance to make it to the semi-finals. They beat some big teams and they could have beaten Australia, world champions also. If it wasn't for a freak in innings. So I think they've improved their cricket. They're gelling well. There's talent coming in. They're producing talent. There's I think India has helped them also a lot in terms of backing them, and they've invested properly and they've produced some really really talented cricketers. And yeah, America, West Indies, I don't know how they will adapt to conditions, but because they played CPL, some players and everything, I think they should do well.
Yeah, I mean वही डोमेस्टिक टूर्नामेंट्स में भेजाने का वही मकसद रहता, लाइक जस्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड कंडीशंस स्टफ. अभी इंडिया का वही है ना, आईपीएल के अलावा और कहीं खेलते नहीं अपने प्लेयर्स एंड दे जस्ट डोंट गेट दैट अडैप्टेबिलिटी दैट यू सी डिफरेंट पीपल गेटिंग अहेड ऑफ द कर्व. बट ऑब्वियसली वी हैव मच मोर टैलेंट and stuff, but it helps, right? Like if you go around the world and play different leagues. Babar Azam Bangladesh में खेल रहा. I think he could. He didn't play the BBL, I think, but he can, and then he played the Sri Lanka league as well later on in the year. So they've got a good understanding. Yeah, how much impact does it make? We'll come to know because अगर आप trophy wise देखे ज़्यादा कुछ जीत रहे हैं, आप argue कर सकते हैं, but एक adjustment easier हो जाता है. I think जब आप एक जगह को जाके आगे उसके तौर तरीके समझ के, ultimately obviously आपकी preparation पे भी रहता, but it helps to sort of understand the conditions.
Yeah, बिल्कुल 100%.
But 10 days का gap है, and there's a lot of things still in the middle of this. I think there's, like you said, SAT20 का है and finale हो जाएगा I think जब तक तो उसके बाद और क्या है.
Sunrisers, honestly, on paper, the team is weaker than other teams. मगर जो cricket खेल रहे हैं उन लोग, Mark From captaincy has been outstanding. He's done really well.
Yeah.
And people chipping in some names that you haven't heard and some names you've heard, but they're not big names. Last time you had Vandermeer, this time you had Dawson doing the job with the ball. Then you have Bartman coming in with the bat. Last year it was that big guy, I forgot his name. Now it's Harman. He's batting. So they've done a very good job, and by unki crowd jo following, like if Hyderabad can replicate that, will be a fortress this season. Their crowd
can replicate that. The only problem with Hyderabad is very क्या बोलते bandwagonish kind of people. Like कोहली आता, कोहली करने चले आते, धोनी आता, धोनी करने चले आते.
You can't replicate it. That's the problem.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you could if they
really. यहाँ पे like उनके बड़े प्लेयर आ रहे हैं, क्विंटन आ रहा, जो रबाडा आ रहा, ये वो उन लोग दे रहे वापस. They're just like full orange, man. They don't care who's coming in. Well, Butler, this guy, that guy, they're just backing Sunrisers to the tilt, and it's become a fortress. That जो ground है आपका Eastern Cape में, it's become an Port Elizabeth, I think, right? Like, it's an absolute fortress. वहाँ पे matches जीतना मुश्किल हो जा रहे हैं away teams के लिए, and they've done really well. Again, I didn't see them making the playoffs, but they've dominated the last few games, and they're there in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean they've come a long way. Like you said, Markram की captaincy. अब वो है कि will Markram be the captain or will it be Pat Cummins after this? If he managed to win this SAT20, then it'll be a good question to ask if will Markram lead the team or Pat Cummins with a 20 crore price tag, right?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I don't think it should be an issue, like whoever leads it. But I think if Pat Cummins does lead it, then it just releases the pressure of Markram with the bat. Because last time around when he was captain, up last, and our public, they criticize so quickly and think he won't last more than 3-4 games if he's captain, and then there'll be a threat to his position. But if you make Cummins captain, then I think that someone like a Markram will play with less pressure. It does, I don't genuinely believe that Markram is a bad. I think he's a very good captain. He's an
Yeah,
excellent
yeah,
captain.
he's won a lot of things very quickly in his career, and I think I
Yeah.
will appreciate that. The SA middle order is full strength, just missing Bavuma. Bavuma bhi tha Eastern Cape, right? Yesterday, khela unhe. And Varane and Rory Clinton, who are the wicket keepers, when SA are full strength, Markham and Dizorzi will open. So maybe how many
Those
matches
are
are
big
these?
players, Ibrahim Bhai. Those are big players, man. The what you're saying, they're only missing in stuff. They're missing big players.
Yeah,
And you also, what's his name? Then look at the bowling that you're missing. Also, that's a huge part of cricket, not just the middle order.
yeah. But yeah, finishing on the
Jansen
20.
also provides
So
with
this
the
finished
bat.
on the 10th Feb. This finished on 10th Feb. I think 13th Feb को second test New Zealand से.
They're
Maybe
not
some
going
of
back.
the will come. I don't know. Let's see. If they manage to get a win out of the last test, it'll be good for the WTC cycle for South Africa.
It's important, but I don't see them going because quarter announce हो गया, sub announce हो गया. Unless they have like a chartered flight quickly and go there, I
हाँ,
don't see.
पैसे बना के ऐसे T20 में सीधा प्लेन में डालेंगे.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's very difficult.
Yeah, it does look difficult, but yeah, ये देखना अब क्या होता है. But it's fun है. But the tournament has been a क्या बोलते हैं, from the last season अगर आप लिए ऐसे T20 को अब बहुत ज्यादा difference दिख रहा है आपको crowd के attendance से लेके players की quality तक. I think it's been a lot. Last time we saw Donovan Ferreira, we saw the Deval Brevis, these guys make an impact, but now Adam Rosington, Herman जैसा आप बोले,
Hmm.
दूसरे players from Par Royals, George Butler थोड़ा अपना form like little, not the George Butler we know, but he managed to get a few innings. Uh, so अच्छा रहा. It's fun this season, and yeah, the commentary is also very good. Like you have Ravi Shastri, not Ravi Shastri, you have
He was there in the beginning.
he was there, right? Yeah, he was there, but like a few more good commentators. अच्छी team बनती जा रही है in the whole.
आपने भाई कौन थे कार्तिक भाई बोल रहे अंडर 19 team doesn't have spark to win World Cup. Do you think so? I think there is spark there.
Spark, they'll definitely spark. Their bowling is stacked. They've got a good opening fast bowler. They've got a good spinner in Pandey. They've got Mushir Khan. They've got Ashwin Kulkarni. They've got
Bashir
that
Khan,
other.
man, he's been the best batsman in this World Cup by miles. He's been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, अच्छा हमारे सबको अभी तक they've hit good margins and they've not lost right till now. India
Yeah.
haven't lost the game, and
Again, yeah, knockout pressure. Let's see. Normally, under 19, they handle it much better than the senior team, but sometimes they lose the odd final. Remember, against Bangladesh in the same country in South Africa, they lost the final. But they still, even, I think India, if they do reach the finals, whether they lose, win, they'll still, there's some players like, Mushir Khan, Pandit, these guys will be targeted.
even the captain himself is a very good player. Uday
Yeah.
Sahara,
You remember in 2020, right? India lost the final, but there's a player right now who is smashing it for India, who played that final and lost that final. He smashed it in the semi-finals against Pakistan
yeah,
in that World Cup, and now he's smashing it for India. Just scored a double hundred. Yashasvi Jaiswal,
yeah,
so there will be talent which I think you can use. Not every time it happens, but I think अब जो लास्ट वर्ल्ड कप था यशदुल वाला वहां से निकल के नहीं आए प्लेयर अभी तक मगर sometimes it takes a bit of time so
yeah.
they have to go play Ranchi and everything. It's not a quick transition from under 19 to senior team. You got to Ranchi Trophy, IPL, ये फलाना ढिमका विजय हजारे वो करके फिर आ पाएंगे. So I think
हाँ बेचारे सरफराज की किस्मत है, वो सब खेले बाद भी अब जाके उसको मौका मिला. सब खेले, आईपीएल भी खेल लिया, ये भी खेल लिया, वो भी खेल लिया, बट इट्स आपका टाइम जब आता है आपकी फुल टिल्ट पे आता है यूजुअली, एंड दैट
Mushir Khan को तो फैज उसको खिलाना जरूर. At least he has to play one international for India because not only with the bat, with the ball also he's good. And doesn't have to be a T20 game. It could be a one-day match or even a test match, whatever it is. But I think this guy needs to play for India later on, not right now. अभी 4-5 साल दो आप फिर उसके बाद, because he's very talented. Even Pandey, I think in T20s he could be useful. One days तो उन्हें बहुत अच्छा डाल रहा है. Like he's left arm bowler, he is effective. Let's see if he can bat a bit, but with the ball, he's very effective.
Yeah, 100%. I think वही talent तो काफी है, but like मुस्तफा भाई बोले, on the other side of things, South Africa, Australia and Pakistan में भी incredible talent है. शाहजेब है जो अच्छा सेंचुरी मारा स्टार्ट में for Pakistan, and you've got Ubaid Shah himself. Then there's a spinner also who is doing decently well for Pakistan. So they've got good talent, and then South Africa, the way they played again, I think was the West Indies that game. जहाँ पे उन्होंने crucial partnership बनाए 6-7 down. They made a very good partnership, the two people in the lower order, and then they managed to get a 200 plus total after when they were like पूरा collapse हो गया था लड़े में. So yeah, अच्छी mentality, अच्छी grit है बच्चों में, बहुत अच्छी grit है. 50 overs कैसा play out करना, they know how to do that. That's what I was very impressed by seeing कि भाई 50 overs का utilization अच्छा कर रहे हैं.
Yeah,
Though the pitching
100%.
at time थोड़ा वो कर दिए, one sided हो गया था pitches के लिए.
Yeah, first we'll wrap up because I know you have to go. But I will catch you soon as
Yeah.
the third test match squad is announced.
No, we
That's
still
very
will.
good.
Hopefully, we'll do SAT. अच्छा announcement हुआ. मेरा SAT 20 भी है कल कोचिला and we'll be there hopefully.
Yeah. कल तो semi-final करेंगे हम लोग review. I'll catch you whenever the squad is announced. I'll catch you that time.
Hopefully, we have to pray for Siraj बच्चा वापस आ जाना
Yeah.
हमारा.
मेरे हिसाब
अगर
से कल announcement होगा, but we'll be on alert for that.
yeah.
And oh my God, look, Ibrahim Bhai Singh, I met Pakistan under-19 team this past Friday at the masjid. They came to pray Jummah in my area. Oh, that's insane,
Oh,
man.
that's
Crazy.
crazy, man. Yeah, it's fun. Did you manage to get any photos like that? That's crazy. Warm,
That's really good,
friendly.
man. Ibrahim Bhai, like you've been a legend for us. Like, the
Yeah,
amount of information that you have and everything. Hopefully, you can come on our show and talk as well.
100%.
It doesn't matter if you're shy or not shy. You have insane knowledge. We learn a lot from you. So I'm glad that you met the team, and hopefully you get to see more players there and enjoy the SAT 20, the rest of that, and the under-19 World Cup. Plenty of cricket in South Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, tomorrow we'll review the under-19 games. So that we'll have a close eye on that. India versus South Africa tomorrow. So we will both watch that game, me and Fez, and we'll tell you exactly what we think of that match. And
Yeah.
we're very pumped up already for that
We'll
game.
probably hopefully do our first short live over that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Just to get things started.
बेहतरीन game रहेगा. We're always pumped up. Knockout match ICC. It's always great. And
एक चीज upsetting यार 10 दिन का gap बहुत लंबा है, but yes, it just makes the series more क्या बोलते you long for the series more. That's what it's going to be fun. Suspense में रख दी अपने को 10 दिन third test शुरू होने के लिए. But the first two tests, I think, shout out to both the teams. They've given us a brilliant series to
yeah, I mean,
watch.
it's outstanding so far. Both teams have played really well in patches. They played poorly in patches, and England are here to compete. ये हमारे को मालूम हो गया, ठीक है. Like they're giving competition, and this time around it was India. They played really well. Hats off to Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, and Bumrah. I think they were played all outstanding contributions.
Yeah.
Ashwin 1 wicket away. First, we're still waiting to make a mail on
500,
that.
yeah. I'll actually get started on it from today only because you never know. मुस्तफा आपकी जर्सी पे ग्रीन रंग का क्या लिखा है? Oh, Nike का just do it. Yeah.
Just do it.
बस कर दो बोल रहे हो मुस्तफा
आप
भाई.
जो सोच रहे वो वाला just do it नहीं, just do it कर लो ऐसा. Like आप जो वाला चीज सोच रहे वो नहीं. उन्होंने पढ़ लिया था मेरे को, इसलिए आप बोल रहे ग्रीन कलर का क्या लिखा है. उन्होंने ऑलरेडी पढ़ लिया था. He knew exactly what was written on my shirt.
Tech update and he's giving us different updates now. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Fun day in Vizag, good outing, good ending. Could have been something else if Ben Folks, maybe not. Ben Stokes and Ben Folks both rather if they stayed, but brilliant run out by Shreyas Iyer, good fielding all around. Catches probably in the next couple of days or the next day because we have South Africa ka T20
Yeah,
league.
tomorrow 100% आपका वो है semi-final है.
So we'll catch you guys there. Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Orange Army. But yeah, we'll definitely go. मुस्तफा भाई बोले ही नहीं हाँ कहते. But yeah, समझ गए थे हम लोग. But thank you everybody for joining us and have a nice day and catch us very, very, very soon.